The design process is really a fascinating one if you come at a home from an artistic standpoint, which is really what I do. And this is one example. This is a house that we refer to as a house about layers of time. And why we refer to that is because the homeowner, an art collector, was always finding new pieces of artwork. His art collection was always changing in a state of metamorphosis. And he wanted this house to be the next piece in his art collection. And so we found this amazing site that is located in between three glacial furrows. And glacial furrows, I'll just do a quick sketch. If you can imagine the wind blowing across the desert, you get the ripples in the sand. The same thing happens when the glaciers receded. There were these fingers of land and undulated, and these were wetlands. And so this was going to be the site, which is actually shown here on the model. Way back when, after the glaciers were gone, this was actually planted with apple trees. And so this was an orchard in the north-south direction. And so what we did with the house is we went to old part, which is the three limestone blocks, which we considered the ancient parts of the house. And so two of these blocks were set up in alignment with the orchard, and the third one angled to point towards where the road is that people were going to be. That's where the front entry is on the house. And so these are the ancient parts of the house, and they're connected by a sinuous link of glass that ties them together, and that is the future. And the other thing that I always work with is sunlight is a huge form giver in my work. And on the outside of this conversation room or living room was a rim of water. And so as that water rippled in the summertime, the sunlight reflects off the water and you get this moving light on the ceiling. Well, the thing that's interesting about this process, when you work with an architect such as myself, and I'm really more of a house artist as well as a technical guy, my dad being a contractor, so I understand construction really thoroughly compared to a lot of my contemporaries. But this is the kind of result you get when you have a really wonderful conversation between you, the client, and me, the artist. And it really, your whole personality, the personality of your site, how the light and the air move across the site, where it needs to be private, all of those things coalesce into a beautiful piece of artwork like this one when you work with me.